I wished I could go back and have never, ever gone into a club and never used a poker machine. That was just haunting me day in, day out. And when I talk to people now about it and help them out of that darkness, I realized while I was focusing on how much I hated myself, how much I'd lost, I was focused on the past. I wasn't focused on anything positive in the future because it had robbed me from being able to see that there was a future other than what I was living day to day. So that was a huge kind of mental shift that happened after that point in 2012. I met with an amazing counsellor that morning after my husband drove me to Mission Australia, who had the gambling contract in ACT at that time. And this woman helped me to reconnect with the truth of who I was as a human being and not identify as the thing that I'd been struggling with, but to reconnect to my humanness. So
As a person?
absolutely.
Yeah. And as a mother?
Yeah. As a
wife?
friend, as a wife. So all the compliments that people had actually paid me over those 15 years that I'd just said, yeah, but if you really knew me, you wouldn't say that. I'd robbed myself of that truth because of the way I was viewing myself. And that's the distortion of shame. The way I describe it to people is the threshold I walked through, the doorway of a club, it was like those doors sealed me in a plastic bag of shame. And that plastic bag I was slowly running out of oxygen. I almost took my own life. And that the thing about this plastic bag of shame is, if you try and look through plastic, it distorts your vision. Nothing seems clear. And that's how I was, unaware, but I was looking at everything in my life through this distorted lens and nothing made sense because I was
Thank you.
suffocating,
Thank you for sharing that.